Got our first 3:30 game, guys. We got 4 of these today. This game could be interesting. I don't know. We got number 7 Ole Miss, who is 7-0, one of the 9 undefeated college football teams left. There's a good chance that number goes down by a significant amount this weekend. This weekend isn't going to be as phenomenal as last weekend. Last weekend I said we could end up having a lot of upsets, and that was true. We ended up seeing Tennessee beat undefeated Alabama. We ended up seeing TCU upset an undefeated Oklahoma State team. And we ended up seeing a Utah team upset an undefeated, well, not really upset. They were technically favored, but let's be honest. USC was supposed to win that, should have won that one. Utah upset a good USC team that was top 10. So we saw a lot of top 10 teams fall last weekend. It was a lot of fun college football weekend. This weekend we have a lot less chance of that, but we do have a good amount of chances of seeing undefeated. By the way, we're going to go down to at least 8 this weekend. We will go from 9 to 8 at the very least because Syracuse and Clemson play each other. By the way, that is like 8 straight weeks of college football games where we have an undefeated matchup, which has not happened in a long time. But there's also some good chances of other undefeated teams to fall, right? Like Ole Miss has a good chance of losing to LSU. UCLA has Oregon could beat UCLA. Like, there's a good chance that those two happen. We could fall to 6 by the end of the day. And that's not even including some of the ones that, although it might be a little bit more unrealistic, Iowa could beat Ohio State. Kansas State could beat TCU. I wouldn't even put Kansas State in, the could. I would put them more in the Oregon beating UCLA or LSU beating Ole Miss, right? Kansas State's a really good football team this year. We could easily fall to 5. We could easily fall to Ohio State, Tennessee, Georgia, Clemson, and who's the other one? Michigan. I think that could easily be the end of the day of 5 undefeated teams we have left, which would be crazy, but it's very possible. But anyways, for Ole Miss, we got number 7 Ole Miss, who's 7-0, traveling to LSU, who's coming off a big win over Florida, is 5-2. LSU actually favored by 2 points on CBS. Jackson Dart for Ole Miss has gone 100 to 162, thrown for 1,488 yards, 11 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Quinton Judkins has had 121 carries on the ground for 720 yards and 10 touchdowns. And while I don't think I would ever say this in a Lane Kiffin offense, the ground game has been killing it so far for the Land Sharks, the Rebels. I don't know what they are at this point, but the ground game has been killer. They have one of the best ground games in the country. Jonathan Mingo through the air has had 22 catches for 507 yards and 3 touchdowns. Jaden Daniels for LSU has gone 144 to 208, thrown for 1,564 yards, 10 touchdowns, 1 interception, and weirdly enough has been very productive for the Tigers team. He also leads his team on the ground with 90 carries for 403 yards and 6 touchdowns, and Malik Neighbors through the air has had 32 catches for 418 yards. LSU leads the series all time, 64-41. Last game went to Ole Miss. Last win, last time they've beaten Ole Miss on the road, though, last time they beat them in Baton Rouge was in 2008. So it's been a while since the Rebels or the Land Sharks or whatever you want to call them have gone on the road to LSU and beaten. This could be a big win for Lane Kiffin. Again, Lane Kiffin's trying to get this team back to relevancy, back to national prominence, right? That has not happened in a while at Ole Miss. This could be a big, big case to do it. Right? I mean, right now, Ole Miss is number 1 in the SEC on their side. They control their fate. Alabama has to go through them. Alabama has a good football team. They have an okay football team this year. The path to the SEC East, I want to say. Yeah, I think it's East. Maybe it's West. I don't know. I don't know the size of the SEC. I probably should because I'm at Florida, but I don't know them. It's been a while since Ole Miss had beaten LSU on the road. LSU is a good team. I'm surprised. I expected Brian Kelly to kind of struggle his first year there. He has brought in a lot of transfers, and those transfers are playing pretty well this year. LSU's offense is clicking. Now, if their defense could get some stops, that would be great. But they have forgotten how to tackle, which is great for my Gators, but not as great for anyone hoping for the upset over Ole Miss. I think this game could be a tight one. I think this is an offensive shootout, and honestly, if it's an offensive shootout, I got to go Lane Kiffin. I expect Lane Kiffin to go on the road, pull off the upset, and move to 8-0.